Hey, folks, it's Dave back here in Studio B, and you can hear how healthy I am today. I spent most of the day in bed. Most of the last few days, it's just work, go to the rink, come home, go to bed. Turn on the electric blanket on high, and if the dog wants to join me, great. It's been so hot in my bed with the electric blanket on, even the dog has bailed out on me. It's like, you quitter. So anyway, I'm on here tonight. I actually had today off. I was supposed to be at the rink right now, but I told the guys, says I'm fighting something. I had hardly a voice to do the game last night. I says I need to just shovel my 6 or 7 inches of snow and go back to bed, and that's what I did. So, but anyway, I'm part of a project. This is my first foray into this project, and I'm kind of liking these community projects. There's not a lot of pressure on the user or the player to do a lot in these products. I'm part of the 84 baseball product, and I haven't done anything with that in a couple weeks. It's just been busy, but I played a few games and put in the stats, and I'm enjoying that, and I'll get back to that. And now I'm part of a 70-71 hockey project, and I want to thank Joe Cards for inviting me to that group, and Ron's in that group, and Ron's already played a game. And so what it is you play, you go to the Google doc sheet that they have set up, and they're releasing games, so many games at a time, and you just put your name on a game that you want to play, and you play it, and you put the final score, and then you send the stats in, and the guy who's running it will upload the stats, and we'll keep standings and scores and the whole bit, and it looks kind of fun. And so I grabbed a couple of games tonight. I'm going to play them here with Shootout Hockey. And the thing is, you can use any program you want, as long as you can get goals and assists. I don't know if he's doing penalties or not. So I'm going to get him all the stats a Shootout gets. I'm going to give him the goals, the assists, the penalties, shots on net, and, the goalies, who's in net and the whole bit. As that's what I'm going to give him. And hopefully that'll be good for the project there. But anyway, this is my first foray into this project here. So I'm going to go, here we go. And so my first game is Pittsburgh at California, all right, if you will. See if I can get some more light over here on you for you guys. There we go. So it's Pittsburgh at California. Now what I'm going to do, I don't know if this is the right way to do it or the wrong way to do it, but here's what I'm going to do is I am going to only use the players that played in the game. That's what I'm going to do with this. So whether I play APA or Hockey Bones or Strat or Shootout or Hockey Blast, whatever it is, I'm just going to use the players that played in the game. So I have got on my other tab that you can't see, I'm on Hockey Reference, which is, basically where I am 100 hours a day. Me and Ron joked that it's our adult site, this reference site for football and hockey and baseball. And so I have the lineup here. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if it's the best way to do it or not, but when I roll in here for goals and assists and penalties, only if you played in the game will you get credit for any of those things. So if you didn't play in the game, then you're not going to get credit for anything. So that way there, I can kind of keep it as an as played. Now with Shootout, you get this thing here that talks about the season, and it talks about all the different trades that happened during the year. So there's a lot of guys that moved around. And it tells you, what team they started with and what team they finished with. And you can even roll a die here. So let's just say Sil Apps, he went from the Rangers to Pittsburgh. So you can roll a die, 1 to 3, he'll be with the Rangers, and a 4 to 6, he'll be with Pittsburgh. So there are ways with the Shootout game to figure out what team he's playing for. I prefer to go to the actual game and see if he played or not. Okay, so and over here, what it does too, you see, it's got a little number sign. Hopefully you can see that. That little number sign, what that means is that he was on 2 teams. So we got Sather and Apps were on 2 teams, and Howell and Williams and Hampson were also on a couple different teams this year. So the game notifies you like when there's guys that were on different teams. So what else is there that I need to do? Oh, so in this game, just in case you're wondering, Sil Apps did not play in this game for the Penguins. I'm looking over here. And, no, Apps did not play in this game, so I don't even have to worry about if Sil Apps was in the game or not. So he didn't play, so if he comes up, I'm going to skip over him and go to the next guy. Now, that's not how Shootout does it. Shootout does it that, give him the points in the game because that's how the Shootout does its stats for the year. But since this is not a Shootout project, I'm going to kind of go with an as-played and go within the as-played thing. We got a couple people in the chat room here. Gary comes by. Highlight Heyday. Yeah, it's a fun product idea. This is something new I'm trying. I want to see how it goes. And again, I'm only going to get to as many games as I can get to. I mean, as the season goes on, once I come out of February, my schedule opens up tremendously. and hopefully I'll be feeling better. Yeah, hopefully I feel better too. And that USA can't. Geez, that's all everybody's talking about. I'm driving home last night from the rink, not feeling good, in the snow. And I'm like, I just want to get home and go to bed. And my phone's buzzing and Facebook is buzzing. It's like 3 fights in 9 seconds, 3 fights in 9 seconds. It's like, oh my gosh. If anybody else wants to remind me that there were 3 goals in 9 seconds, I'm gonna jump off a bridge or something. It was just like, okay, I get it. As soon as I got home and hop on Facebook, it's like, wow, okay, I guess there was three fights in 9 seconds. All right, guys, just relax. All right, so we're going to do this here. Now, they had 2 goalies here. So they had, Pittsburgh had Binkley and Al Smith. And I don't know who started the game, but I'm going to go with Binkley is what I'm going to do. So one of them started, one of them got hurt. And I really don't have any way, aside from really investigating what happened. So we're just going to say Binkley and Gary Smith are in the net, okay? So we need to determine... some seasons with shootout, you can roll the dice to determine their defensive rating, okay? And again, I haven't played a shootout in a while, so I'm hoping I don't screw this up tonight because it's my favorite game. All right, so Binkley, his defense is a D, so no matter what, he's a D, so we're not even going to worry about that. He's going to be a D. And Gary Smith is a defensive F, okay? And what I like about shootout, too, is that, you could roll the dice to see which goalie's going to start. But I'm going with the goalies that started in the game. Now, let's take a look at the offense. Now, in some seasons, the goalies have 2 different ratings, and you roll for it, see if they're hot or cold. And over here, it's the same way with the offense. So Pittsburgh away, on a 1 to 2, they're an F, and a 3 to 6, they're a G. So I'm going to roll my trusty die, and we get a 2. So that's going to be better for Pittsburgh. So they'll be an F. Okay, so they'll be F on the offense and a D on the goalie, and I'll show you how that works out. California at home, oh boy, they could have been an E, but they're an F too. Now, in real life, California hadn't won a game at this point. They're 0-6-1 or something like that. So California will be an F. All right, so now we need to get some numbers here. All righty, so we're going to put that off to the side and ask his wife some questions. So on the scoring chance table, that's what we have here for the facts. So I'm going to use the facts tonight, not the dice. And so we have Pittsburgh, which is an F, shooting on F. So F on the away, shooting on F, is 1 to 19. Oh, 1 to 19. That is our shooting range. And then we add 15 on the power play. So that should give us a 34, right? So it's going to be 1, 2, 34 if my math is correct for the power play. 19 and 15 is 34. So now the Seals are F shooting on D, and they're the home team. So they'll be the high number. So F shooting on D is 87 to 100. Or 0-0, if you will. And for the power play, we'll subtract 15. So that'll be 77, 72, right? 72 and 15 is 87. So on the power play, 72 to 100 is the power play. So we have our ratings here. That's what we have. And again, you got dice ratings and fact ratings. I haven't used the dice in a long time. I really should do that. I enjoyed using the dice when I first started playing this game. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. We got the opening face-off. We have California and Pittsburgh at California here, and this is the date of this game is actually October 23rd of 1970. That's when this game was actually played, and that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be final score was 3-1 Pittsburgh. Let's see how close we come in our game. All right, and there was a lot of penalties in this game. Just gonna say, so we could be in for a penalty-filled game, and I'm only going with the guys that actually played in the game. All righty, I'm just gonna kind of rank everybody alphabetically so I can get right at them. Okay, all right, so I think we're ready to go. A couple more coughs. What game is this, Dave Little? This is shootout hockey. Where's my cover? Hang on. I'll use this. Shootout hockey is what it is. And I'll show you how easy it plays. It's a fast action game or it's a dice game. I like to use the fast action cards. Yes. Oh, yeah. I'll be doing Stone Cold too, Gus. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that in Stone Cold. And AP comes by, just like riding a bike. We'll find out last time I rode a bike, I hurt my bum. And Jeff comes by. Hi, Jeff. Yeah, it's a great season to play. Great season to play. David C. comes by. Dave, thanks for your message. I'm gonna email the guy about that book when I get a chance. Again, we're not gonna be doing anybody on here for at least a few more weeks, but once we do, we're gonna be rolling the guests in here. Oh, a 12-hour work day for you? Yeah, I hear you. I've been going crazy like that. Have I ever read the book When Buffalo Sat on Top of the Sports Book? It probably is more like a pamphlet. What was in the movie Airplane? You have something to read? I get this leaflet, Famous Jewish Sports Legends. Remember that Airplane movie? That was fun. More hockey for the Duffer Man. Yes, here we go. All right, so how this game plays. Hopefully I remember. Now, I get two different decks here, okay? I get the white deck and I get the blue deck. So I get two different decks. Yep, and I'm going to just kind of flip them over randomly, and then I'll shuffle, probably at the end of every period or something like that. All right, so we're going to start off with the blue deck. Again, I'm just going to kind of pick a random one. So the first flip is for time. All right, so we get 3 minutes here, right? So we got 3 minutes off the clock. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. So we're playing in the third minute of the game, okay? So we'll go with the white one now. So now we're going to look at the number here, which is 93. So 93, that's going to be a scoring chance for the Seals because between 72 and 100, it's going to be better for the home team. So it's a scoring chance for the Seals. So the Seals, the home team, I'm going to mark off a scoring chance. And why I do that is because that's how I determine shots on goal. Alrighty, so we're going to continue with the white, and we're going to see where the shot. Now, what you're supposed to do is look here for the who, okay? But I told you I'm going to do the who, after the fact because if there's not a goal, then I'm not going to bother with the who because I only want to make sure that I have a goal or a penalty, then I'll do the who's. So I'm just going to go right to where. So this is in the slot. All right, now I'll go back to blue. And so what I'm looking for here is even strength from the slot. Oh, that's a potential save. All righty. So now what I need to do is look at the save on the next flip of the card. So on Binkley, his save is 8 to 11, and this is a 9, and that is 8 to 11. So that's a big save. So Binkley comes up with a big save on the Seals. All righty. And so that's scoring chances by the board. So the Seals have the perfect chance to get on the board, and Les Binkley makes a ridiculous save for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So let's move on. So now we're going to go 3 more minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. So we're in the 6th minute of play. Let's flip this card over. Oh, penalty away. Penalty A against away. All right, so Pittsburgh gets a penalty. So now we're going to look, and we're going to look here at Y and Z. So we look at the penalties here, Y and Z. So we have Haberuk gets a penalty. So let's see if Haberuk played in the game. And Haberuk did play in the game. And he did not have a penalty in the actual game, but he's getting a penalty today. So in the first period, and let's just say that we're at 5:36 of the first period, we have Haberuk. So it's Nick Haberuk gets a penalty. He gets 2 minutes. Are there any other Y's and Z's? Nope. So that's nice and easy. So it's just the one guy. Now, if there were we do have a Z. So Glenn Sather. Now, did Glenn Sather play in the game? Glenn Sather did play in the game. So Glenn Sather also gets a penalty. All right. So Glenn Sather picks up a penalty for 2 minutes. Okay. So what happens here is only one penalty gets served. That's how shootout hockey plays. One penalty gets served. And the other penalty is just tacked on for statistical purposes. So at some point during this period, or during the game, if you will, Glenn Sather also picked up a penalty. So we're going to have the Seals go on the power play here. And how the power play works is you just, it's 2 flips. So the first minute, it's just 1 minute, so you don't even bother with time. You go right to the power play. And remember, the power play is a little bit better. The power play is 72 to 100 because of the man advantage. So a 13, well, that's going to be a shorthanded chance for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh's going to get a shorthanded chance. So again, we're not going to look for the who, we're going to look for the where. So where it's going to be, it's always from the blue line on the shorthanded bid, and it's always, so it's going to be here. So we're not even going to flip to find out the where because we already know the where. So we're going to look right here, see if it's a shorthanded goal, and it's no goal. So that's a scoring chance, a shorthanded bid for the Penguins, but they are turned aside. So now we go into the second minute of the power play, and I'm going to do this so I know it's power play time. And it's a 49. So that's penalty B. So we're going to get a possible major penalty here on one or both of the teams. This is where I get a little confused. I get a little confused with the major penalties. PJ did a good video on that. So here we go. On the B, do we have a Z3 on the away team? No, we do not have a Z3 because he would get 2 minutes and 2 minutes. He'd get 2 and 2 for roughing. So he does not, there's no Z3 on the visitors. Now let's check the home team, right? Because that card said penalty B, home and away, so you check them both. So we're going to check the home team. Do they have a Z3? And it's a good thing they don't, because that would have been a 5-minute spearing call. So how that works out is that there's a lot of pushing and shoving and there's no penalty. That's kind of how that works out. So the power plays up, no scoring, and now we flip for time because now we're back to normal time. Okay, so let's flip for time. So we get 2 minutes off the clock. 1, 2. So we're halfway through this first period. And a 34. So a 34 would have been good if they were on the power play, but they're not on the power play. So 34 is basically, a lull, if you will. For those who play Hockey Blast, that's a lull. So let's flip for time. 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. Now we'll check the number. The number is 00. So that's another chance here for the Seals. So the Seals with 2 scoring chances. So let's see where on the scoring chance. So it's going to be the face-off circle. So it's even strength face-off circle. So we're going to look in the middle here. And in the middle here, no goal. They're denied again by Les Bakley. Holy cow. Seals with 2 scoring opportunities, and they can't get anything to happen. All right, so now we have 4 minutes off the clock. This is a fast-moving game. So when you're a bad team and you're in the lead, you want to see a lot of 4s. You want to get that clock to really kind of move. You know what I mean? When I did my Seals replay and they had the lead, I was like begging for 4s. All right, so 4 minutes off the clock. We have a 9, so that'll be a Pittsburgh scoring chance. Okay, so let's see the where. From the slot, so we're looking right here, and that's a rebound. So that's going to be a save, another scoring chance, and a rebound. So on the rebound, Smith is a 3. So we're going to flip and look down here for rebound, and he'll make the save with the 3, because I believe you have to beat the rebound. And Gary Smith comes up with the save. So there's a couple of scoring chances for the Penguins, and they cannot convert. So we play on 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. So we got about a little over a minute to go. And again, the normal way to play this is to check the who to see who's getting the scoring chance. But again, because I'm looking for stats. I'm not really concerned with the who. If I get stats, then I will get the who. So the order really doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. All right, so 3 minutes off the clock. A 59. Now that kind of falls in the middle, so there's nothing going on in the 59. So there's only a minute to play, and 2 minutes come off the clock, and so that'll end the period. So the score after 1, it's Pittsburgh. Absolutely nothing. And California. Absolutely nothing. Let me just make sure I didn't mix up the cards here. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle my cards here. I do have a card shuffler that I should bring out that was kind of neat, that does a good job of this. So I like to shuffle at the end of each period while the Zambonis out there. And again, there's 100 cards in the deck, and these come from shootout, drive-through cards, and they're unbelievably awesome. So you get the blue, and you get the white, and I got one of each. So I can mix up and play it as I'm playing it right now. All right, so we'll get our shots on net, and I'll show you how I do shots on net. All right, it's kind of how the game does it, and I like it. The shots on net are kind of tacked on, but it gives you an idea. It's all about scoring chances and dice rolls. All righty, so there's my other deck, and here's this. Okay, so I pull out my shots on goal chart that comes with the game. And I love this. I use this for a couple different games. So we're going to take a look at scoring chances. So Pittsburgh had 3 scoring chances. So we're going to go 3 and roll our 6-sided die into 1. So they only had 7 shots on net. So Pittsburgh, shots on goal, we're going to give them 7 shots on goal. And now California with 2 scoring chances with a 5. So they had 12 shots on net. And that's kind of how that works, just like that. And so we have the shots on net, and we have the, that's about all we have. Right? So the only thing we had a couple of penalties, and we move on. Let me go into the chat room here real quick, because again, I'm kind of just trying to get through this game here. And D. Scott comes by. Hi there. And this Dave did good book. I'm not sure what that means. 72 is pretty decent. Yeah, it's more than a 25% chance. For the Seals, that's really good. Let's see here. Some roads just got APA and the 80 season in the mail. Fantastic. I have 80. That's the first season I got with APA. Love it. And it's going to get it on the table later this evening for a basic game matchup. Yes. Let me know what you do. APA's fun. It's a different game because you got a lot of chart lookups. I like it, though. I really do. AP is playing the 72 NFL season using Lance Hafner games. That's fantastic. He finally got it to work with Windows. That's good. Midlife comes by. The product is every single NHL game. It's on Facebook. It's also that's where the guy set it up. So if you're not on Facebook, I'm not sure how you would get at it, but that's where he set it up. And it's just set up a Facebook group with a Google Doc with a schedule, and you just kind of type your name on the game you want to play, and you get so long to play it. You know, we don't want to be dragging weeks behind. So it's supposed to be relaxing. So I grabbed 3 games. I'm kind of hoping to play them tonight. Yeah, PJet's videos in this game are great. They really are. I go back to them too. And just watching this on the phone, while he watches the Shootout Hockey Helper on PC. Nice. Yeah, this is an easy game. It really is. You flip for time. You flip to get a number to see if it's going to be a scoring attempt, a penalty, or nothing. And if it's a scoring attempt or a penalty, you see what the penalty is and who it's on. And the same with a scoring chance. Sometimes you'll get rebounds. We already had a rebound tonight. Sometimes you need to make a great save. I think we had one of those tonight as well. And it plays super fast. I'm taking a long time to play it because I'm doing a lot of talking here, but it plays pretty quick. All right, so let's continue on here in the second period. So we get 2 minutes off the clock. So what you're doing here is you're flipping a card, and you're getting a result. And you're flipping, every time you need a result, you flip a new card. So you never say, hey, it's a 2, and I get a 55, and it's a G, and no, it's one flip per result. So the result is the minutes. This next is going to say 18, so that's going to be a scoring chance for Pittsburgh again. So they're going to get a second period scoring chance, okay? Now you flip another card. Now this is where you do the who, but again, I'm skipping that for now until I see if we get any stats. So we're going to do the where. So it's going to be on the face-off circle. So we're looking even strength face-off circle, and that's a goal. So Pittsburgh will get on the board here. And what I do is they have the little numbers here. So we're in the second minute. So I'm going to go 1 minute and 55 seconds. So the second period at 1:15, Pittsburgh gets a goal. Now we'll check the who. And the who is H. So it's going to be Ron Schock. Now, just for this product, I want to see if Ron Schock played in the game. And Ron Schock did play in the game, and he did have a goal. How's that? So Ron Schock gets the goal. And now let's check for assists. So we're going to flip here, and it's going to be L2D1. So now with Ron Schock scoring the goal, we know that it was line 3 offense. So we're going to ignore the line 2 and just look at the D1. So we have line 3 offense and first line defense. That's what we're checking for assists. So we're going to go here. So it's going to be the center. So Schock is the center, so he doesn't get an assist. And it's the center again. So that would be unassisted. They tell you to try to get 2 assists. So I'm going to flip one more card to see if we can get something here. So it's going to be the right D. So we said line 1 right D. So it's going to be Rupp. Did Rupp play in the game? And Rupp did play in the game. Okay, guys. So we're going to get Schock from Rupp. All right, so Pittsburgh leads 1-0. So we got our first goal of the game. Ron Schock from Dwayne Rupp. Okay, so that's that. So now let's flip here. And we got 1 minute off the clock. So not a lot of time has passed. A 92. It's going to be back to California. So they will get a chance to tie this here. And it's going to be from the blue line. That's the worst spot. So you got blue line, face-off circle, and slot. Slot's the best. Then the face-off circle, and blue line's way out. All right, let's see if they can score from the blue line. And they do. They score. So the Seals have tied it. So let's get the who. L. L is Featherstone. Did Featherstone play in the game? And Featherstone did play in the game. So Tony Featherstone will get the goal here for the Seals. So again, we're at the 234. And it's Featherstone. And let's see who got the assists. So we're going to flip the card. So Featherstone is line 1. So we skip the line 3, just go to D2. So line 1, so it's line 1 and line 2. We check the next one here. It's the right D. So line 2D is Howell. Now, did Howell play? I don't think was Howell on the team. Yes, he was. So Howell gets the assist. All right, so he gets the assist before he was traded away. So Featherstone from Howell. And let's get our next assist here. And that's going to be C. So it's going to be Dennis Hextall. Did he play in the game? Yes, he did. So Howell and Hextall. So that's what we got. So we're tied at 1-1 on the goal by Featherstone. So a couple of quick goals here in this period. And Philip wants the Seals to go. Yep, it does. Dufferman asks, does the penalized team scoring chance get reduced since the power play team scoring chance expands? No. What happens is on shorthanded, if you see the card here, it's always blue line. So when you get a shorthanded bid, you're taking the furthest away shot. So your scoring chance range doesn't change. It'll still be the same, but every single scoring chance comes from the blue line, and it's usually a no goal. I mean, because it's harder to score from outside. So you have an outside chance shorthanded. I have got shorthanded goals. I don't get many of them, which is what it's designed for, but that's how the shorthanded offense will work. All right, so let's see now. We got 3 minutes off the clock. We got 1, 2, 3. So we're in the 5-minute mark. We'll go with a white card here. 68. And nope, that's nothing. So we got basically a lull. 3 more minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. So now we're just under 9 minutes to play. We'll flip a blue card, a 40. And that's in between and nothing. So we're going to play on. We'll go blue again. 3 more minutes. So a fast-moving period here. We're past the halfway point. And an 84. Oh, just misses. So the Seals had a great chance, but I think they were offside on the play. And offside, there's no scoring chance. Okay, so let's play on. We'll go the white. And we get 2 minutes off the clock. And again, I'm only looking at certain things when I look at these cards. Everything else I'm ignoring is when you're playing here, okay? So 2 minutes off the clock. A 76. No, that's close, but no cigar. So we play on. 2 minutes off the clock. 1, 2. And a 30. Nope, that's nothing. Usually when you get bad teams and you get, sometimes it'll be 1-8 and it'll be 90-100. So you're not going to get a lot of goals because you're not going to get a lot of scoring chances in games like that. So that's kind of how this game works. 3 more minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. So we're in the 19th minute. And a 25. Nope, that's nothing. And 3 minutes and the period will end. So the score after 2, it is Pittsburgh 1 and California 1. Let's take a look at our shots on goal in that period. Excuse me. So each team had 1 scoring chance, and they cashed in on that chance. So 1 scoring chance, it'll be 9 shots. So it's going to be 16 total shots for Pittsburgh. And for the Seals, that's going to be a 4. And so a 1 with a 4 is 9 as well. So we have 21-16 are our shots on net. And here we go. So let me shuffle up my cards here. And we'll go here. I should get out my card shuffler. That was kind of... Oh, yep. That's why I want the card shuffler, because I can't shuffle because I have cards going everywhere. I can't even keep cards on the table. We laugh about the dice. And I got cards falling everywhere. Oh. You don't have to shuffle. Some people don't shuffle. They go right through the whole deck. You know, as you've heard on the show with me and Ron talking, when you roll dice, you pretty much get a nice fresh roll every time, whereas fast action cards, once they're gone, they're gone. And so I like to shuffle these so nothing's gone for very long, and that's why I use 2 decks. When I use the helper, which I use a lot of the times, it's a fresh draw every time, so you could get the same card 3 times in a row. It doesn't usually happen, but you could. Alrighty, so we have our cards here. We're ready to go. Actually, that's what I thought about using too. I thought about using that the helper just to kind of flip the cards. But I wanted to flip cards tonight and roll dice tonight. So here we go. All right. We're going to go in the third period now. It's 1-1. Remember, there's no overtime back then. So we have 1 minute off the clock here in the third period. And we have 49. So it's going to be penalty B, home and away. So let's see what the penalty B says. So do I have a Z2 over here? No, I don't have a Z2. I have a Z. This 5 here is fighting, so it's not the same as X2. You see how it's a bigger 2? So the second column is you're fighting. So when you have fights, that's where you look. And I'm still not very clear on that. PJ did a good job of explaining that, but I still get a little messed up with the fights. So we check the visitor first. They do not have a Z2, so we need to check the home team now. Now, the A is your minor penalties, which are pretty automatic, as long as you have somebody here. The B's, though, are the ones that don't automatically happen. All right, so it looks like we have a fight. We have 4 on 3. So we have a 4. And we have a 3. So let's see if they played in the game. So Vadnais and Watson. All right, let me see if they played in the game. Vadnais, Brian Watson, and Cal, they both played in the game. So we have a fight. Okay, so we have a fight here. See how that says 5 for fighting, 4 and 3. So I flipped it for the home team. So I'm going to go 4 as the home team and 3 as the visitor. And we have a 4 for fighting and a 3 for fighting. So we're going to get a fighting call here in the third period. And we're just 50 seconds into this period. So at the 50-second mark, we're going to get Watson, 5 for fighting, and Vadnais, 5 for fighting. And I'm not sure if they're doing penalty minutes or not, but that's how I'm going to do it. I'll send it to them anyway. All righty, so there's no power play on a penalty, as you know, on a fight. So we'll just continue on. A 6, that's a scoring chance for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh comes out here. Oh, no, sorry, that's minutes. I screwed up. It's minutes. So it's sorry, Pittsburgh, you get screwed. That's 1 minute. You got screwed out of that, Pittsburgh. Oh, 21. You just missed it. So we play on. Another minute off the clock, a slow-moving period. 34 is nobody. 4 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the players are out of the box. 64, that's in the middle. That's still nothing. 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. Halfway through this third period. And 72. No, if they're on the power play. But they're not on the power play. 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. There were a little over 12 minutes gone. 26. No, that's nobody. Just a minute this time. Penalty on the Penguins. 44. Penalty away. Y and X2. Alrighty, so we have a Y. And we have an X2. So Haberuk, who's already got a penalty, so he's going to get another one. So this is going to be 13-21. I use the seconds here. So Haberuk, again, is going to get 2 minutes. So we said Y and X2. There's the Y. That's not an X2. That's an X with a fighting of 2. That's an X2. And McCallum. Now, did McCallum play? And McCallum played. So McCallum will get a penalty as well. All right. So what that means is that the Seals go on a power play here. All righty. Now, that was not a scoring chance. I got to remember that. I hit that by mistake. All right. So the Seals on a power play. So now we're looking at 72. For the Seals. All right, so again, 1 minute off the clock on the power play. And a 9, it's a scoring chance for Pittsburgh. It's a shorthanded bid, so we'll put that right back on here. It's a shorthanded bid. And so again, it's blue line, shorthanded. So that's what we're looking on the next card I flip. And, a potential for the goal. That's going to be a save. Gary Smith makes a save. It's a 7 and an 8. And it's a 7, and he makes the save. Gary Smith with a terrific shorthanded save. Oh, man, to keep the California Seals in the game. All right, so here's our second minute of the power play. And a 23 is nothing. So the man's out of the box. They survived the power play. 2 minutes off the clock. Now we're getting late. Now it's crunch time. 93! The Seals will get a scoring chance. Here we go. Where is it from? Oh, the blue line. It's way outside. So I got to look right here on the card. And that is, it's another potential save. So Binkley's got to come up with another save. His save is 8-11. And that's it. It's a 10. It's 8-11. He makes the save. Both goalies, Binkley and Gary Smith, coming up huge. Oh, we still got time, though. Only a minute off the clock. 53. Penalty on the Seals. Oh, boy. Y and X2. Nope, that's a Y2, so that's not a Y. And it is, oh, look at this. So there's no Y, and there's no X2. So what that means? That means there's no penalty. That means they blew the whistle, but they decided to not make the call, just come pushing and shoving. All right, so with just a minute left, I need a 1 or the game's over, or 0, and 3, so the game is over. So neither team scores in the third, and that is our final here today. It is a 1-1 tie between Pittsburgh and California. So let's take a look at our shots on goal. Okay, so we'll put up our little trusty shots on goal table. And so each team had one scoring chance. So a 1 and a 1 is 6 shots for Pittsburgh. So that gives them a total of 22, right? 7 and 9 is 16, and 6 is 22. And California with 1 as well. And a 4 is going to be 9. So California actually had 30 shots on net. That's kind of how that works out. So that is our final score here. It is the Penguins 1 and the Seals 1. So let's just wrap things up here. So for our goalie, it's going to be a tie. So Binkley gets the tie. He had 30 shots on goal. He had 1 against, so that means he made 29 saves. He did have a couple rebounds. I didn't check those off, though. He played the 60 minutes. And again, Smith with a tie. He had 22 shots on goal. He gave up 1 goal. So that means he made 21 saves, and he played 60 minutes. And that's that. So that's what I'll be reporting into the group project for October 23rd of 1970, Pittsburgh in California. Yep, so that's kind of how shootout plays. So let me get the next game going, because I did take 3 games. So let me put this over here, and I'll get back to the chat room here in 1 second. Where are we now here in the chat room? I'm behind a little bit. The cost of this season for shootout, it's about $5. Yeah, shootoutHockeyGame.com as I believe what the website is. It's ridiculously inexpensive, this game. And it was a nice save, yep. And ID comes by, always liked this game, but he finds Stone Cold a little bit more involved. Yeah, I mean, it's very similar games. Stone Cold does some different things that I like, and this thing does some different games that I like too. So I like both of these games. I really do. Okay, so my next game that I selected, I took New York at, where are we? At Minnesota. So I got New York at Minnesota. That's going to be my next game. Okay. Stone Cold's fun. Yep, Stone Cold is very fun. Don't have any issues at all with Stone Cold hockey. And that was fun. Yep, that was fun. What seasons do I have for shootout? I almost have all of them. They're so inexpensive. I pretty much have all of them. I don't have a lot of the newer ones. But anything older I have. I think I have just about everything right up through like the 2000s and then a couple of newer ones. But there's a whole, like the 2000 to 2010s I don't really care for, you know. But I have just about every one because they're so inexpensive. I just chipped away over time. All right, so let me do my card shuffle here, and then we'll set up the score sheet. Alrighty. So again, these are the drive-through cards, which are fantastic. They're $20. And if you get it, what I suggest is for the extra $1 or $2 is you get the little case that they come in. And that way you can keep your cards nice and safe. So I got a case for each of the set that I have. I have the white and I have the blue. And I just kind of like them here. And yes, getting the cards through drive-thru are great. In fact, excuse me, I'm still fighting a cold here. The game that you showed me the other day, I put that in my cart because I'm going to get the WHA Hockey Bones from drive-thru. And I put a couple other games. There's one called Decula. It's like a vampire game, and it's a card game. It's like $10 or something like that, or $20. So I'm going to get that. And I also get that other game that I wrote down, Pentaquest. I wrote it down, Pentaquest. So that's the other one that's in my cart that I'm going to play too. So I got a couple of games that I'm going to pick up from Drive-Thru as well. And Joshua comes by from Vancouver. Good to see you. All right, so let me get another score sheet out, and I'll walk you through how I set up my score sheets here. Yes, Pentaquest. Yep, that's the one here. Yep, that's the one I'm going to do. And Dufferman says, I recently replayed the 85-86 season shootout, crowned the Oilers in 7 games. Nice. Yeah, there's so many fun games. I'm getting some good games. Yeah, I hope so. I'm hoping they're going to be good. That Pentaquest looked kind of fun. All right, so this was New York at Minnesota. Okay. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to my reference site and let's find this game. And this was so this was October 24th, 1970. And this was New York and Minnesota. This was a 4-1 New York win. And our goalies were Villemure. So let me write down here. So this was how do we spell it? Villemure, actually. Villemure and Maniago were our goaltenders, all righty? And again, I'm only going to give credit to the players who played in the game. So actually, Sil Apps was on this team with the Rangers. So it looks like he started with the Rangers. So if I look at my sheet over here, oh, yeah, that's correct. Remember we talked about our sheet, right, as that goes. So Sil Apps started with the Rangers, then went to Pittsburgh. So that's why he wasn't in the Pittsburgh game. Because he wasn't on Pittsburgh. So he'll be here with the Rangers tonight. Now, did he play in the game? Yes, I think I just mentioned that. Yeah, he did play in the game. So Sil Apps did play in this game. And so he'll get stats. Okay, so here we go. So Villemure, his defense is a C. So he'll be a C goalie. Maniago is a D goalie. And again, some seasons there's different ratings for the goalie, so you do have to roll a die. And I like that about that. And so the Rangers, well, they're F away, so I don't even need to roll this because they're just going to be F. Okay. And Minnesota, home, they're either F or G. Most likely F unless I roll a 6. And they'll be G because I rolled a 6. All right, so they stayed up late last night and they were partying somewhere outside Met Stadium, you know. Where do I get players who played in the game? Yeah, Hockey Reference is where I go. It's hockey-reference.com. It doesn't give you the lines, but it tells you everybody that played in the game. And it tells you how many points and plus minus and the whole bit. So you have 17 skaters and a goalie. It also doesn't tell you who started if the goalies are in there. So if they have 2 goalies, you got to kind of guess. But yeah, that's Hockey Reference is where I go for all this stuff. You can probably go to other NHL.com. You can dig up stuff there. It's a little bit harder to find, but you can find stuff there, if you will. How's this looking? Okay, is this looking all right? Trying to brighten that up a little bit. Okay. So now we need to do our chart here. And again, this game, I think the game's like $7 or $8, and then the seasons are $5 to $10. Best value in gaming. This is great. This has always been one of my favorite games. All right, so New York is an F, shooting on a D. So they're an F, shooting on a D. So they're going to be 1 to 14. So 1 to 14. And on the power play, we had 15. So they'll be 1 to 29 on the power play. All right, I'll just put these in parentheses so I know that's power play. And the Seals, Minnesota, they're a G on a C. So that's not good. So a G on a C, oh boy. Yeah, 93 to 100. 93 to 100. That's not very good at all. And on the power play, we subtract 15. So what's that? 83, 78. 78, right? 78 to 100 on the power play. And that's kind of that's what I got here for these two teams. All right, so here we go. And I've never found a place where you can find line combos and D pairings. I know with APA, you can that gives you who played line 1 and line 2 according to what they thought. But I mean, it's not there. It's really not. The Met Center will live forever thanks to the Mighty Ducks movie. Yep. Rangers won, was it, what did I say, 4-1? And so this could be a 5-1. That's a good guess. Yeah, but look here, they only get 93 to 100. They only have like a 7% chance of getting a scoring attempt. So, all right, let's start it up here. Again, you guys know the deal. We go with minutes first. It is 2 minutes off the clock. And we got a 24. And that's not going to be anybody, so we'll play on. 0 minutes. See, there's a 0 in there once in a while. So we're still in the first couple of minutes. Oh, it's a 7. So New York already with a scoring chance. So let's see. Again, this is when you check the who. I'm not going to keep saying this, but this is where you would check the who. But I'm not checking the who because I'm more concerned with if we're going to score or not. So here we go. So where? The slot. And that's going to be a goal. So the Rangers will score. So the Rangers will get the goal. And who? It's A. Ballone. So did Ballone play in this game? Dave Ballone. And he scored. How about that? So the Rangers, 1:02 into the first period, and Dave Ballone gets the goal. So now let's see on the assists. So Ballone is line 2. So we know it's line 2. So it's going to be D1. So line 2 and D1. Right D. Rod Sealing. Did Sealing play in this game? Yes. So Ballone from Sealing and 6 and Kachuk. See how he's got this extra thing here, 6 and R5. Those are like Bobby Orr has a ton of those as well. So Walt Kachuk. So Sealing and Kachuk on the assist. So one scoring chance, 1 goal here for the Rangers. Where's Barbara when you need her? I got her Rangers here on the channel. So here we go now. Let's take a look for time. I get 2 minutes for time. And we got a 29. No, if they were on the power play, but they're not on the power play. 2 minutes off the clock. And a 90. Oh, no, they need 93. It's going to be tough for these guys to even get a goal tonight. 1 minute off the clock. So we're at the 7-minute mark. And 63, and is nothing. 2 minutes off the clock. We'll stick with the blue. 59 is nobody. 2 minutes off the clock. And 48, we got a penalty on the Rangers. So let's see who this penalty is on. U and Z3. So we got a U. So we got Fairbairn. Did Fairbairn play in the game? And yes, he did. So Bill gets a penalty here. So we're at first period at 10:17, and Fairbairn gets a 2-minute penalty. Now, is anybody else? So we get U and Z3. Fairbairn, Sealing, and Nielsen. Let me just check to see if they all played. They probably did. Sealing, we already know what Nielsen does. So, yep. So we have the other guys here, too. So we have Sealing and Nielsen, all getting 2-minute minors. But again, we only play the 1 power play at a time. So, 1 minute off the clock. Let's check to see if Minnesota can get anything going. Yes, they will. Because of this 78 on the power play, they will have a scoring chance. They'll have a chance here on the power play. And so the power play is going to be from the blue line. That is terrible. But they score. Power play, blue line. That's a goal. And Minnesota has tied the game. Now, we're not going to go rare. So who's the who? D. Druin. Is Druin playing this game for the North Stars? And yes, Jude Druin will get the power play goal. So here in the first period at 12:56, Druin on the power play. Now let's check for assists. 3 and 2. So Druin is line 1. So we're going to look for D2. And we have a 6. So no, nobody. And the second one is the left wing. So Danny Grant. So Druin from Grant. And PJ will tell you to keep flipping cards to get 2 assists. But I just, as long as I get 1 assist, I'm okay. If I flip it a couple of times and I don't get anybody, then maybe I'm assisted, And P-Jack comes by, is my shootout hockey guy right here. As I'm playing, again, this is part of the 1970-71 community project, and I just picked a few games tonight, and I will upload these scores and whatever kind of stats of the people running it. So we got 1-1. So each team's cashed in on their scoring chance, and that's a power play goal. So here we go now. So we have 1 minute off the clock. And at 18, oh, so close, but nope, nothing. Another minute off the clock. 96. Oh, boy, it's another scoring chance for the North Stars. Holy smokely dokalies. From the slot. Oh, a chance for a save. Velimir, 8-12 on the save. 8-12 on the save. It's a 9, and he will make the save. Velimir with an unbelievable stop to keep the North Stars from taking the lead. And we play on. Another minute off the clock. A lot of card flipping in this period. 21 is nobody. Another minute off the clock. A slow-moving period. 40. That is nothing. 3 minutes off the clock. So now we're down to the final minute or so. 83. No, we're just short. And the final flip is 2 minutes, and that will do it in the first period. So a slow-moving period, a lot of ones, but we get score of New York 1 and Minnesota 1. And again, let's take our scoring chart here. It is a Facebook project, yeah. I could probably send you the Google Drive and the guy's email, because you can probably do it that way too. It's just pick a game that he has available and play it and send him the results. Kind of how it works. Alrighty, so let's get our scoring shots on goal. So we have a 5. So one scoring chance with 5 is 10. So New York had 10 shots on goal in this period. And Minnesota with 2 scoring chances with a 4. And they also had 10 shots on goal. Okay, so that's where we stand after 1. It's even Steven, 1-1, with each team with 10 shots on net. But Velimir had to make a nice save here on one of the guys. So Ballone from Sealing and Tkachuk, and Druin from Grant on the power play. That's where we stand. Alrighty, let me let's do a little quick shuffle here. I don't know if I shuffled or not, but we're going to shuffle again. Oh, nice. Friends with Velimir's daughter. That is super cool. That is really nice. I always liked him. I always liked the lefties, Esposito and Velimir. And Bruins had a guy, what's Ken Broderick. That was a lefty, I think. They didn't have too many lefties in Boston. All right, so here we go. Yeah, he was not a big goalie. Neither was some of the goalies weren't that big, but they didn't need to be. They made the saves. All right, so second period action here, and we're going to go 4 minutes off the clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to get a 98. So that's going to be another scoring chance for Minnesota. So they're coming out of the gate with some scoring chances. And it's from the blue line again. They can't buy a break. And the blue line is no goal. So they are turned aside early in the period. 4 minutes off the clock again. 2, 3, 4. Boy, all these zeros. That scoring chance is going by the way. A 5. Scoring chances for the Rangers. From the blue line. Rebound. So that's a save. I'm going to give him another scoring chance on the rebound. So the rebound is Maniago has a 5 on the rebound. It's a 4, so that's a save. And so he'll hang on, and that is that. Nice job there by Maniago. And Roger Crozier, yeah, he was a lefty too. Yeah, I forgot about him. And this game plays, yeah, when you get into a groove, yeah. If I was just kind of playing on my own, I'd be done already. 1 minute off the clock. And 54, penalty on the home team. So let's see who's going to get these penalties here. And penalty A is a minor penalty. So we have a Z and an X2. We have a Z, just the 1. And there's no X2. So we're going to look for Harris. Did Harris play in the game? And Harris did play in the game. So Ted Harris will get a penalty here. So we're in the second period. And we're at 8:45. And Harris will get 2 minutes. And so we're going to get a power play here for the Rangers. All right, so here's the first minute off the power play. 56, it's another power play. Another penalty on the home team. Holy cow. So it's going to be a two-man advantage. So it's going to be W, Druin, and Y2, Gibbs, and Barrett. All right, so Druin we know played in the game. So at 9:56, Druin gets 2. Is Gibbs in the game? Barry Gibbs is in the game. He's not with the Bee Gees. He's with these guys here. So Gibbs gets 2. And we said another W was Barrett on the bench. And he did not play in this game. So Fred Barrett, how I'm playing this is you have to play in the game to get stats. And so he did not play. So he will not get credit for any penalties or assists. So that's kind of how we're going to do it here. So it's a two-man advantage for one flip. And so what I do is I add another 5. Or I think I had 10, actually, because it's a two-man advantage. So that'd be 1-39. So we get one flip, 1-39. Yep, that's in range. So that'll be a power play chance for the Rangers. So we look on the power play. That's from the slot. That's usually a goal. And it's a goal. So the Rangers will score. Let's see who's going to get this power play goal. So that's a power play goal. So I got to write that down. K is Brad Park. Nice, my favorite Ranger. Did Brad Park play in this game? And he did. And so Brad Park will get the power play goals. We're in the second period at 10:31. And Brad Park gets the goal. Now let's check the assists. So it's going to be L1 out there with him. So we have a C. So Jean Rattel. Oh, I'm pretty sure Rattel played in this game. Yep. So Park from Rattel. And the left wing, Hadfield. Yep, Hadfield. So Park from Rattel and Hadfield on the power play. And it's now 2-1 for the Rangers. How about that? Now they're still on the power play for 1 minute because that was a 5-on-3 goal. So they're still on a single-man power play. But it's going to be a shorthanded bid for the North Stars. Let's see who's going to... Well, we're going to find out if they scored, first of all. All right, so again, shorthanded. I just go right here. I don't bother flipping for the where. It's always blue line. So it's going to be... Oh, a possible save! Ken Velimir make the save, 8-12. He will score. It's a shorthanded goal for L. Labossiere. Did he play? But did he play? Did he play? No. So we got to go to somebody else. Labossiere was not in this game. So it's going to be shorthanded to I. Williams. No, Williams didn't play either. We're striking out with people who played on the North Stars tonight. H. Parisi. J.P. Parisi. Yes, so we're going to get a shorthanded goal here by J.P. Parisi at 11:58. And it's going to be J.P. Parisi with the shorthanded goal. How about that? And he's going to be out there with D2. So Parisi with a 6. Well, he is a 6. And the second assist is the right wing. Harvey. Did Harvey play? Yes, so Buster Harvey. So Parisi from Harvey, short-handed. And this game is tied at 2-2. So we talked about short-handed goals. They're rare, but they do happen. All righty. So now we're back here. And let's flip for time. 3 minutes off the clock. All the power plays are over. 1, 2, 3. And a 40. That's nobody. No time off the clock. 8. Chance for the Rangers. This is their 4th chance in the period. They've only got 1 goal. Here we go. Where? In the slot. No goal. They are turned aside. The Rangers with all kinds of scoring chances, but they cannot cash in on Maniago. 1 minute off the clock. 24. That's nobody. No time off the clock. A 12. Another chance. 5 scoring chances for the Rangers. From the blue line. No goal. Holy cow. The North Stars are hanging on by the skin of their teeth. 1 minute off the clock. A 49. Oh, we got a penalty beat. We got some craziness happening. So let's check X2. Do we have an X2? No. So there's no X2 over here on the Rangers. Minnesota. Oh, we have a fight. 5-10, 2-1. So Gibbs, who's in the game, and do we have a 1? No, we don't. So PJ, I believe we don't have a fight here, right? Or no, I think we do, right? So I think if you have this guy here, but he doesn't have a competitor, then you go to the next one. I think that's how that would be. So it looks like it's going to be Gibbs and Irvine going at it in the fight. And but Irvine did not play in this game. Ted Irvine did not play, so I would go to the third guy, Park. Would I go to Park? So I think that's what I'm going to do. Again, in my game, my rules. So Gibbs, because there's no 1, and Irvine wasn't playing in this game for some reason, at least not on my score sheet here, we're going to go to Park. So it's going to be Park. So in the second period at 16:47, we're going to have Park picking up a 5-minute major, and Gibbs with a 5-minute major for fighting. Oh, in 10, 5-10. 5-10. Right? 5-10, yeah. Oh, I didn't know Irvine had a son. Did we? I knew the name, but I hadn't followed him too much. All right. So let's continue on. So there's no power play here. And 1 minute off the clock. So we still got a couple minutes to go here in the period. A 6. Holy crap. 6 scoring chances for the Rangers. If they don't cash in here, right? From the blue line. And no goal. They are turned aside. Maniago is stealing this game right now. Here's the last flip of the period. 66 is nothing. And that'll do it. Wowzers. Look at the scoring chances. And here we go. All righty. So we have 6 scoring chances. Let's get my shots on goal thing here. I love this little chart here. 6 and 3. So they got 16 shots on net. And they got 1 goal. And they got 1 goal. So we're tied at 2-2. They only had 1 scoring chance, and that was shorthanded. And 1 with a 6, so they'll get 11 shots on that. So they had a decent period. So the shots are 26-21 in favor of the Rangers. All right, let me shuffle my cards here. That was Chris Jericho, was Ted Irvine's son. That's pretty good. 5-10, the good old days, right? All right, little barnyard shuffle here. All righty, and then we'll just cut them here and have a couple different decks to choose from. It's kind of how I do it. The blue ones I've used so much, they're kind of getting worn out, so I might need to get another set of blue ones. I should throw that in my bin here, because these are nice and stiff compared to the blue ones, which are kind of worn out from just use. So I might need a new set of blue ones. All right, so here we go. I should probably bring a set of these to D2D-Con. All right, so here we go. So we got third period action here, and we are tied at 2-2. And so we got 4 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's come over here, and a 69 giggity, and that's nobody. 2 minutes off the clock, so we're almost 6 minutes through. 19 just misses, but they were offside. 2 minutes off the clock. 1, 2. 64 is nobody. 1 minute off the clock. 71 is nobody. 2 minutes off the clock. 37, nobody. Uh-oh. North Stars might pull off a tie here. 3 minutes off the clock. And 65, nobody. Just a minute off the clock this time. And 62 is nobody. Another minute. Time slowing down here. And we got, oh, there it is. There's the Rangers scoring chance. Chance to put away the North Stars from the slot. And that is a goal. So the Rangers will score here in the third period at the 15:44 mark, and they will take the lead. Let's see who's going to get that goal. K. Brad Park, who's had a busy day. So Park with his second goal of the game. And Park is out there with the bench in D2. Interesting. So we got the bench to look at here. So we got the right D. So if so Park is lefty. So ceiling. So Park from ceiling. And the right wing. So we'll give Stewart. He's on the bench. Is Stewart in this game? Stewart is in this game. So we got a bench assist. I'm kind of excited about that. Then we have someone that's on the bench getting an assist here. Okay. Ceiling and Stewart. So it is 3-2. Oh, no. 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. So we're at 18 minutes. We might have a goalie pull here. 85. It is so close, but no. So we're in the last minute of play. I'm going to pull the goalie. Is what I'm going to do. And this is still the one thing that Dave still does in shootout is I flip 2 cards for the empty net. It's my favorite play in all the sports, the empty net. It's just so dramatic. So I'm going to be looking down here in the 6th column, and I'll draw one of each. Any goal or anything will end the game. So we have nothing. So we're in the final minute of play. And nothing. And that'll do it. So the Rangers will get that late goal. And they will win this one 3-2 over the North Stars. All right, let's take a look at some of our shots on goal. And we'll wrap up our score sheet. All righty. So the Rangers with 1 and a 3. So that'll be 8 shots on net. So 26 and 8, I believe, is 34. So they have 34 shots on net. Now, they didn't have any scoring chances in the third. And they still come up with 9 shots. So that looks like it's a 30. So the shots are 34-30. And let's wrap up down here. So Villemure will get the win. He saw 30 shots. 1 goal against. So that'll be 29 saves. And he plays 60 minutes. Maniago will get the loss with 34 shots and 3 goals and 31 saves. And we'll say he played 59 minutes. And that is that. So there's our final score. It's the Rangers over Minnesota 3-2. I got one more game I'm going to do because I took 3. So I'm going to play them all. What did I do with my other one here? Oh, I put it over here. I was like, what is this? So again, the first game I played was Pittsburgh and California. It was a 1-1 tie, and this is a 3-2 win for the Rangers. All right, now the next game I picked up was Chicago and Toronto is what I have coming up next. So I have Chicago and Toronto. And this game was played on October 24th as well. So this is October 24th, 1970. And it was Chicago at Toronto. And so what I want to do, Parker's got to be first star of the game, right? 2 goals. And a fight. Yeah. Clutch scoring late in the game. Yeah, Brad Park, my favorite Ranger. And Bruin, too. Love Brad Park. I want to get a Park Ranger jersey. It's still on my bucket list some days. It's got a nice Ranger blue Park jersey. All right, so this game, October 24th, it was Chicago at Toronto. This was a 1-0 Chicago win. And we had Tony Esposito in the net. So we had Esposito, my favorite goalie. And it's going to be Jacques Plante in net. And that's why it was 1-0. That's why it was 1-0. All right. So, again, we're going to go and sort the players by name. And if they played in the game, they will get stats. If they didn't play in the game, they get absolutely nothing. Esposito is a B. Plante is an A. Oh, some good goalies. That's some good crispy duck. All righty. So, now away, Chicago is either E or F. Really, their offense is that bad on the road? Oh, they're going to be F. Wow, a 6 is F. So Chicago with a great goalie, but F for offense. Toronto at home is either C or D, and they will be C. Okay, so that's what we have over here. The Seals had a tie. You'll take it. Yeah. Yep, they got a tie against Pittsburgh. They were 0-6-1 to that point, and they lost in real life. But in my game, they got the tie. All right, I'm just trying to keep my throat nice and cool here. Okay, so I'm going to pull out our, again, this is very important, so you get the ratings. So Chicago is away, so they're F, shooting on A. Oh my gosh, 1-6. This is going to be a low-scoring game like it was in real life. So we got a 1-6 and a 1-21 on the power play. Toronto is a C, and they're shooting on B. Well, that's a lot better, actually. 84-100. So they got 16 chances compared to 6. Wow. Is that really? F on A is 1-6, and C on B is 84-100. And on the power play, it's what? 69. Is it 69? So minus 10 is 74 minus 5. So 69-100 giggity on the power play. So that's what I have here. All right, and that's how fast it is to set up a game of shootout hockey. All right, so let's continue on. Let me do a quick shuffle here. I don't remember if I shuffled or not, but we'll just give them a little bit of a shuffle here. Again, I have a couple different piles here to choose from, so I try to make it as random as possible. All right, so this should be the better game. Chicago and Toronto. Okay. So here we go. Let's start off here, and let's flip some cards here. So we have 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. And we have a 20. That's nothing. 2 minutes off the clock. And we have a 65. That's nothing. 3 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have a lot of lulls in this game. 69, giggity, nothing. 2 minutes off the clock. We're going to need a power play or something. 25, nope. 3 minutes off the clock. Fast-moving first period here. 64, nothing. Minute off the clock. 84, we'll get a scoring chance for the Maple Leafs. So the home team will get a scoring chance. So what do we have here? Face-off circle. And, potential save. So can Tony Esposito make the save? Oh, he needs a 7. Needs a 7. Nope, that's a 9, and that's a score. So Toronto will score. Let's see who's going to get it. Mike Walton. Was he on the team? Did he play in this game? Mike Walton. Yes, he did. What was his name? Swoop? Mike Walton. So we're going to be at the 13:53 mark. And Mike Walton will get the goal. He went to the WHA, and they had a crazy name for him. I forget. It wasn't Smooth. It was Swoop or something like that. Shaky. That's it. Thank you, PJ. Shaky Walton. All right, so Walton's going to get the score. And he's out there with D1. So Walton, R5. Nope. And left wing, Spencer. Is Spencer in this game? No, there's no Spencer in this game. So Brian Spencer did not play. So we're going to flip one more card. And we're going to look for a left D. And I think we said it was D1. So Dory. Jim Dory's in the game. All right, so Walton from Dory. And the home team's up 1-0. So the first scoring chance of the game turns into a goal. And in real life, it was 1-0 Chicago. But right now, it's 1-0 the other guys. All right, so we got a minute off the clock. A 9. Nope, we need 1-6 because of Plant. Plant's got the A. And without that, you get absolutely nothing. 3. 1, 2, 3. And a 48. Oh, penalty on the Blackhawks. Penalty away. And we get a V and a Z2. So we have a couple of V's and a Z2. And we got a lot of V's. All right, so let's check. Martin and Pappen, did they play? Martin and no Pappen, so Martin gets a penalty. So on the away team in that first period at 17:31, Pitt Martin gets a penalty. Jim Pappen did not play, so he does not get one. So we said V and Z2, right? Schmier, did Schmier play? No, Schmier did not play, so he's not going to get a penalty. And did Magnuson play? Yeah, Magnuson, he'll get a penalty. So Magnuson, so Martin and Magnuson will get the penalties. I just want to make sure there's nobody else here. The V's aren't in the game. Okay. So that is that. So we got a couple of penalties here, and so it'll be a power play for the Maple Leafs to finish out the period. So here's our first power play, and a 5 is a shorthanded chance for Chicago. Holy cow. So Chicago shorthanded and no goal. They'll be turned aside. So this will be the last play of the period here. 93 power play chance. Here we go. Power play chance here for the, from the face-off circle. Goal! That's another goal here, and that'll be a power play goal for the Maple Leafs. And X. Monahan. I think that's Jerry Monahan, right? Like Monahan? Gary Monahan. So Gary Monahan will get a goal here at 1956, right before the period ended. So Monahan with the goal. And the assists will be L1 and D1. So Monahan's line 2, so D1 with him. R5, Davey Keon. And the center, which is Keon. So we got I'll flip one more. Left wing is Monahan. Right wing, McMillan. Let's see if McMillan played. Yep, we'll give Keon McMillan. We'll give the whole line one. How about that? McMillan. All right, so Monahan from Keon McMillan on the power play. And that's where the period ends. So the score after 1, it is Toronto 2. And it's Chicago absolutely nothing. Then we'll shuffle up here. Swoop was Wayne Carlton. Remember that. And but I forget what they called Walt Shaky. So the book I read about the World Hockey Association was talking about Shaky Walt. Was he with Minnesota? I think he was with Minnesota. I can't even think of their name now. Minnesota. Who the heck was the Minnesota team? Fighting Saints. I'm just drawing a blank here. Fighting Saints. All right, so here we are. We're going to be in the second period now. I forgot how much I enjoyed this game. I really did. It's a fun game. All righty. Gives me a chance to play it, too. Part of these little projects here give me a reason to play. Oh, I didn't get shots on goal. I almost forgot. Shots on goal. All right, so they had one scoring chance. Chicago did. And so that'll give them 10 shots on goal. So that was a decent period. And 2 scoring chances. Oh, boy. They only had 6 shots on goal, and they cashed in on 2 goals. That's not good. It's kind of like the junior game I did the other day. Shots were like 10-4, and it was 1-1. It's like, 4 shots and 1 goal. Ooh. They ended up winning, though. All right, so here we go. Second period action. We got 3 minutes off the clock. And we're going to 45, a penalty on the Blackhawks. So more penalties here. V and Z2 again. So it's going to be the V guys. So it's going to be second period at 2:26. So it's going to be the Martin. Again, the other guys aren't playing. We already determined that. And Z2 is Magnuson. So Martin and Magnuson again. We're getting 2 minutes. So we got a power play here for the Leaves. 21. Nothing. Last gasp. 92 will be a power play chance. All right, so here it is. Power play chance from the slot. That's usually a goal. And that's another goal here. The Maple Leafs tearing apart the Blackhawks. And this goal will come at 4:34 on the power play. So power play goals here are in effect. And E is going to be McMillan. And he's already in the game, so McMillan will get the goal. You don't need to check him. So McMillan with, the bench on a power play. That's interesting. And D1. So we get the bench and D1. So we got a center. So Keon. Oh, no, we want to come over here, but it's no center. So we'll go to Keon again. And left wing. Dupaire. Let's just see if Dupaire played in the game. Maybe it was late in the power play. No, Dupaire did not play the whole line. So we'll give McMillan, Keon, and Monahan. How about that? We'll just kind of do it like that. There we go. 3-0 for the Leafs. They're kind of running away with us now. 4 minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 98, another scoring chance for Toronto. From the face-off circle. No goal. So this time, Esposito comes up with the save. 3 minutes off the clock. 0-0. Yep, there's going to be another scoring chance for the Maple Leafs. From the face-off circle. No goal. So Esposito doing what he can to keep his team in the game, but they're just not getting any scoring chances. 2 more minutes off the clock. A 31 is nobody. 4 minutes off the clock. And anything? No, nothing. And just a minute off the clock. And nothing. And 3 minutes. And that'll end the period. So the Leafs tack on one more. And they lead this one 3-0. Let's go to our shots on goal. It's like one of my favorite things is doing the shots on goal. 6. So they get 9 shots. Chicago getting their chances, at least on the shots, but and a 5 with 3 is 13. So the shots at 19-19, if you can believe it. And we're still it's 3-0 for the Leafs. I know Jucket's pretty happy about that. He loves the Leafs. Jucket actually played a game in Stratton this what do I want to call it? The Fighting Saints, okay. And Wayne Carlin's always a Seal in your. I didn't know Carlin played with the Seals. I know he was with Boston. I didn't know he played with the Seals. And Cutter's a Leaf fan too. Yep, Jucket played. Actually, he played Montreal, Minnesota. Was it? No, somebody else played Montreal, Minnesota. I forget what game. No, I think Jucket played a game. I forget what game he played. He played it in Strat. I just saw him post the results. Somebody played Minnesota at Montreal. Minnesota beat him 3-2. So, I don't know what game they played. Some guys are playing Strat. Some guys are playing Hockey Blast. Some guys are playing Hockey Blast Express. I'm pretty sure I will be playing some of this in APA as well as Hockey Bones, Stone Cold, Hockey Blast. Every game I have this in, I'm going to be playing something. This is one of my favorite seasons. All right, so here we go. Third period, we'll wind up our hat trick of hockey games here. 4 minutes off the clock. And we have a 24, which is absolutely nothing. 4 more minutes off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what Toronto wants. 56. Penalty on the home team, so Chicago will finally, hopefully, get a power play. Y and Z. So Monahan, who we know is in the game. So at 7:35. So we know Monahan's in the game, so he'll get a penalty. So what do we say? Y and Z. You got a Z. Harrison. Was Harrison in this game? Harrison was in this game, so Harrison. Who else we got here? Z and Y. Z, Y. Spencer. Spencer's not in the game. Bobby Bond, James Bond. Nope, he's not in the game either. That's kind of wild. I wonder why some of these guys weren't playing. Maybe they were hurt early in the season. And Lay, Rick Lay, he'll get a penalty too. So Monahan, Harrison, and Lay will all get 2 minutes at some point. And I think that's about it. Okay, so we have a Chicago power play. Let's see what they can do. So they'll get up to 1-21 now. So here we go. First minute on the power play. And nope, nothing. Second minute on the power play. And nope, we got a penalty B check on home and away. Alrighty, so penalty B. Do I have a Z3 over here? No, there's no Z3. Now the home team. Do I have a Z3 over here? Nope, so there's no major penalty. So the power play is up, some pushing and shoving, and we move on. A minute to go, so we're more than halfway through this period. Penalty A on the home team. X and Y2. So let's see who is in this game here. So we got an X and a Y2. Oh, look at that. No X's and no Y2s, right, that I can see. No, I got a Y and an X2, but that's not the same. So nope, so no penalties. Oh, so Chicago not happy about this. They feel they're getting robbed. 1 minute off the clock. 2. Oh, here's a scoring chance, a rare scoring chance. Can the Blackhawks get on the board? From the face-off circle, possible save. And a save of 8. It's a score. Finally, the Blackhawks are on the board, and it's A. And that's Bobby Hull. Did he play in this game? And Bobby Hull did play in this game. So Bobby Hull, third period, Blackhawks are on the board. We're going to call this 11-29, and Bobby Hull with the goal. Assists, so we get a D2. So we get a left wing with Hull, so he is the left wing. A 6. No, and we'll flip one more. R5 or 6. No, it's going to be unassisted. So he'll be unassisted. So Bobby Hull unassisted at 11-29. Gets them on the board, and it's now 3-1. All right, so let's play on here. 2 minutes off the clock. And we got a 3. Oh, it's another scoring chance. Holy cow, Chicago coming up with some chances here. From the slot, and oh, it's another save attempt. Needs an 8. It's a 4. It's a score. And so they cash in back-to-back goals here. This is 13-14. And just like that, the Hawks are back in it. Cliff Carl. He played in the game, so Carl will get the goal. So Cliff Carl. And let's check for the assists now. So we get L1 and D2. So Carl's a D2, so it's 2 and 2. Line 2 and line 2. Stan Mikita will get an assist. And the other assist will be the left wing, which is Dennis Hull. Nice. So we got a 3-2 game, folks. We're not quite done. The Hawks making a game of it. Here we go. And we got 1 minute off the clock. That's good for the Hawks. 20. Yep, that's not good. 2 minutes off the clock. We got 17 minutes to play. Penalty on the home team. This could open things up here. Y and X2. Oh, we have a Y. We have a couple of Ys. All right. Oh, boy, but did they play in the game? Lay did, yeah. So we have a Y. And so Spencer didn't play. And Bond didn't play. But Lay did play. So Lay's going to get this penalty here. So Lay's going to get another one at 16-23. Oh, boy. This could open up the door for the Hawks for an amazing comeback. All right, here we go. First power play minute. 38. Nothing. Second power play minute. 73. Nothing. So they're going to take the goalie out. They're going to pull the goalie. 3-2. Goal! They tie the game! Chicago has tied the game with the goaltender on the bench. Oh, man, at 19:08, they've come all the way back with 3 goals in the third, and somewhere, someone in Vermont is doing a little dance with his cat on OnlyFans. Oh, man, that is unbelievable. And who got it? C. That is Stan Mikita. That is awesome. Stan Mikita with the goal. 4B in the bench. So let's see. Oh, it's all bench people. So who was he out there with? The right D. Jarrett or Schmier? Let's see if any of those guys were out there. Was Jarrett in the game? Doug Jarrett. We're going to give Jarrett an assist. Yes, we will. And anybody else? A left wing. Was Moans in the game? No, Moans was not in the game. And we'll give the line an assist. So we'll give Mikita, Dennis Hull, and I think we're gonna I'm gonna override. I'm gonna go with Jarrett wouldn't be on the point, I don't think. But we're gonna keep him on the point. We're gonna give it to Jarrett. He went to Jarrett. All right, and that's what we're gonna do. All righty. So what a comeback! Oh no, we do need to see if there's no time off the clock. All right, because that's the last minute. And no, we get 2 minutes, so that'll end the game. Just want to make sure that we didn't have a last 0-minute flip. And that is that, folks. We have a tie game. Chicago with the empty net goal. Coming back. That was pretty sweet. All right, let's check our final stats. So Chicago with the only... Oh, they had 3 scoring chances. Right, we'll have to count the empty net goal. Yeah, because that's a goal. It's not an empty net goal, right? Yeah, ENG is empty net goal. Goal is a goal. So they pull the goalie and they get the goal. Pretty cool. All right. 9 shots on net, so they get 28 shots on net. No scoring chances for Toronto in that third. They laid an egg in that third period. They come out with 7 shots, so they get 26 shots. It's kind of how that works out. So let's take a look here, see what we got. So our final tally here, it is 3 goals in the third by the Blackhawks, and we have another tie. We've had 2 ties tonight with Chicago and Toronto. So Esposito will earn the tie. He saw 26 shots and gave up 3 goals, so he made 23 saves, and he played 59 minutes. And Plant will also get the tie. He saw 28 shots, 3 goals, 25 saves, and he played all 60 minutes. And that is that. So that is that. So we had some fun tonight with Shootout. Some of the games that we played: Pittsburgh, California, Toronto, and Chicago, and then we had New York and Minnesota. So that's what we played here tonight. We used all my cards here that I can put back in the box here. I think I'm going to get another set of these. Well, they're still in good shape, but they're wearing out a little bit because I've used them so much over the years. So that is that. And we'll put these here as well. Let's open up here. There we go. And so we have the white ones. I actually got a set printed at Staples when I first got it before I found these. But so there we go. So we have that, and that. We have our other score sheets here. So again, we played 3 games tonight. We had a 1-1 tie with Pittsburgh and California. We had a 3-2 New York win over Minnesota, and then a valiant comeback for Chicago. 3 goals in the third, including 1 in the final minute with Esposito on the bench to get a 3-3 tie with the Maple Leafs. And that is that. So that's back to me here in Studio B. Hope you enjoyed this, folks. It was fun to actually play something just between working and being sick. Haven't done much. As you can tell, I still don't have much of a voice, but I had a heck of a time with this tonight. I really did. So now I'm going to go get my stats in and see what they need for that as far as what they want for stats for the project. But anyway, if you want to get involved in the product, let me know. Send me an email, digitaltodice@yahoo.com. Get a hold of us in Digital to Dice on Facebook. But it is on Facebook. It is a Facebook group. But I mean, the guy has an email, and it's a Google spreadsheet. You just sign up and play, and then send the results. You can play any game, yeah. people are playing all kinds of different games. Again, they're playing. A lot of people playing Hockey Blast and Hockey Blast Express. As long as you can get stats, that's the thing. You need to get stats. He's not doing crazy stats, but he is doing stats. And let me see if I can actually find out what he's doing for stats. Oh, man. So, featured posts. Alrighty, so okay, so this is kind of the rules and the guidelines. Okay, you can play your games using any statistically viable cards in dice hockey game. Please only sign up for the amount of games you'll definitely be able to play in a designated period of time. You can always add more later. Please try to vary the teams you sign up for, so one person's not always playing the same team. There'll be deadlines, but he's waiting to see what participation is like before setting any. All games from a 1 week period will be completed before we move on to the next week. You can set up your lines rosters any way you like. There were a ton of player movement, so he's not going to restrict players from playing for either or both teams they played for during the season. If you prefer to play as played, he's fine with that too. That's what he plays. He's not going to play any restrictions for now, but he might down the road. As far as usage goes, I suggest using the as played just to kind of keep it statistically accurate. The statistics I am tracking are goals, assists, and points for skaters, wins, losses, and goals against average for goalies. So I don't even have to worry about the penalties. I believe all this can be tracked even in the Express game. Please send your stat sheets to his email, or you can direct message him through Facebook. And please post results and recaps in the Facebook page and pictures to go along with the recap. Make him happy. So I'll do that. This is the first co-op I have run, so I'll probably screw something up. Be gentle with him. He's open to suggestions is kind of what it is. So, yeah. So that's what it's all about. So, again, I can send you guys his email and his Google Doc sheet if you want to get involved with this project. I'm really having a heck of a time with it. This is my first foray into it, if you will. But it's fun. I'm really having a fun time with it. So... But anyway, do I have the 79 WHA? No, they have 7273. They have 7273 is what they got. So that is that. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and dealing with my yucky voice. Yeah. You know what I've been doing, AP? All kidding aside, they talk about the tea and the honey, and people joke about that. It works. The last couple of nights I've been coming home, and I make some decaffeinated green tea and I put a bunch of honey in it, and I have that, and I'll probably have that tonight, and it does help. It does really kind of help your throat. And that and a lot of lozenges. The other night I was like one after another. I'm coughing and sneezing. I'm taking off the headset and I'm coughing and sneezing because I got no mute button at the rink. I can't reach it. So I have to take off the headset when I sneeze. But anyway, but I got the owner of the team gave me a nice compliment. He said that I do a good job with his games. He likes the questions I ask in the interview, and I'm funny and I'm knowledgeable about hockey, and that's what I'm going for. And I was super excited when I heard that today. I was like over the moon when I heard that. So nice to see. And it's too bad because I was offered a college job. I was offered a job to do college hockey next year, Division III. Probably a team you never heard of. I haven't heard of them. And I think I'm going to stick with the juniors. I like the setup. The people like me. I like them. We have a good repertoire, good relationship. So I think I'm going to stay with them and not do the juniors. I mean, the college. I mean, if they made me an offer, I couldn't refuse. But, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Thank you so much, Joshua. Yeah, you can play with Hockey Bones. Yeah, get a hold of me, digitaltodice@yahoo.com, and I'll send you the email. Keith. Good to see you, Keith. Today's your 10-year anniversary returning to Tabletop Sports. Thanks for what you do. I'm glad you're playing it. This is so much fun. I'm enjoying everything here, the spreadsheets, the games I play. Sometimes I like to roll the dice, and sometimes I like to use spreadsheets and cheat sheets and helpers and the whole bit. But yeah, this hobby is so fun. And just playing these 3 games tonight, that comeback by Chicago, I mean, come on. 3 goals in the third period, including, one with the net empty, and they only had a 1-6 chance of scoring goals. 1-6. chance of 1 to 6 out of 100 of a scoring chance, not even a goal, scoring chance. And they got them, and they got on the power play, and they got a power play goal, yeah. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, holy cow, it's like, no, they didn't score on the power play, though. But they got those 2 quick goals in the third, and then the net empty after screwing up the power play. That was just fun. That's what it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be fun. All right, so I'm going to jump out here. It's still early. That's a great thing about coming on early. It's still early. So I can go make my hot tea, and I can see if anybody else is on tonight, watch them, and I can get my stats into these guys here. So that is that. Shootout hockey is exciting, AP. It is. For a quick play game where it just kind of stops the action every few minutes, just to kind of check to see if anything happens, you really could be on the edge of your seat with some of these games. And not every game's going to be a 10-bell game. It's just nothing was going to be a 10-bell game all the time. But this game has its moments where it's really, really fun. And you can play it in 15 to 20 minutes if you want. Again, I've been yakking away. I did 3 games tonight, but I did a lot of yakking. And I showed you how to set it up, and I've been talking. So anytime you stream, it takes twice as long. So you probably could have banged out, 3 games in 45 minutes to an hour if you wanted to, what do you got, AP? Do you consider it a hobby if you only play one game of sport? Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't have to play a ton of different things. If you play what you want. Some people play one game, and that's it, in one sport. Some people just like APBA baseball, nothing else. Some people are strat baseball, nothing else. Some people are APBA football, nothing else. Still a hobby. They're still enjoying it, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You're playing it and enjoying it, and some people, I know, like, I love APBA football and season ticket football, and they take a couple hours to play, and people are like, 2 hours to play a game. It's like, if I play 5 games of shootout and it takes 2 hours, or 6 games of shootout and it takes 2 hours, or I play 1 game of APBA football, it takes 2 hours, it's still 2 hours of fun, right? That's the thing. It's not a race, and it's not about how many can you play. It's, are you having fun during the time you're playing? And if you are, then you're winning. And that's what it is. So, all right, I'm going to jump out here, go get my tea, and I'll blow my nose, and I'll talk to you all later. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye-bye.